Hi, my name's William, and I want to talk to you about a very horrible issue in today's society, in today's world, and our community as a whole. It's domestic violence. Um, Domestic violence is not just something that's been going on since today or yesterday or the week before. Domestic violence has been going on for a very long time, and I just want to talk to you about why we need to get domestic violence into the light and to shine the light on how bad it really is. Um, Domestic violence is when a man or a woman has aggressive behavior within the home, typically involving the abuse of a spouse or their partner. And I want to talk to you about more importantly, on how drugs and alcohol can affect domestic violence. Drugs and alcohol are connected to domestic violence in a very strong way. For an example, drugs and alcohol can make it where a man or woman's behavior becomes more aggressive and more irrational, and they are just prone to more violence um, than they would be sober. So drugs and alcohol play a really big role in domestic violence. Um, to continue on this, the domestic violence in our community. It happens way more than you really think. One in seven men and then one in five women will be victims of domestic violence in the United States. The U.S. Department of Justice did a study on domestic violence and then uh, drugs and alcohol involving in those cases. It is 92% of domestic violence offenders were under the influence of drugs and or alcohol, which means 92% of cases of domestic violence have had a man or woman under the influence of some type of drug and some type of alcohol. So that's a pretty big number, and I would love to see that number at zero. That would be a dream of mine. Furthermore, if you were to take every domestic violence case that has happened in the last 10 years, you would see that more than half of those cases alone, uh, the offender of the case was under the influence of drugs and or alcohol. And I just want to say in conclusion, um, to everyone, that domestic violence is a real issue in today's world. Um, and it doesn't affect just the victim. It affects a lot more than just the victim. Family, friends, children of the victim. It affects more than just the victim, as you know. But I also want to say that if you're living in a domestic violence um, relationship, you deserve a better life than what you are seeing right now. Um, so reach out to family or friends if you don't want to do that. There are hundreds of domestic violence crisis centers that will help you see that domestic violence is no way to live. It will help you see that you deserve a better life than what you are seeing and what you're living right now. So, no matter where you live, no matter what state, there are hundreds of centers for abused men or abused women. So, I pray that you will see that through and maybe go to a crisis center or an abuse center and get the help you need. So, thank you.